Hello, my miraculous friend. This is Reverend Frances Fayden, and welcome to another episode of the Magnify Your Miracles podcast. And we're going to start the way that we always start, by taking a few deep breaths together. And again, if you're driving, keep your eyes on the road, but you can always bring your awareness to your breath. Giving yourself complete permission to let go of whatever happened before you started listening to this recording and whatever might be happening later. And just as best as you can, come deep into the now, which is where the divine dwells. The now, which is where everything is fine. And as we focus on our breathing and we feel our mind start to settle down, we become receptive to whatever inspiration the divine has for us today. Let's take one more deep breath in gratitude, and we can begin. All right, my friend, I'm so grateful to be here with you today. I wanted to start by reading one of my favorite messages from Mother Mary, and it is when she appeared to Juan Diego, December 9th of 1530, I think it was, 1531, somewhere around there. And Juan Diego was very distressed because his uncle appeared to be dying and he needed to take care of him. And Mother Mary had asked him to do a favor for her the day before. And he didn't know that he could get it done. So he was trying to avoid Mother Mary, which good luck with that, right? He was trying to avoid her. And of course she appeared because he took the road around where she normally appears, and she appeared anyway. And he told her, he's like, I think you picked the wrong person. I don't think I'm the one to carry this message. And on top of that, I'm trying to find a priest to do last rites for my uncle who was dying. And Mother Mary, I want you to take these words in. Mother Mary said to him, "Let not your heart be disturbed. Do not fear that sickness or any other sickness or any anguish. Am I not here, who is your mother? Are you not under my protection? Am I not your health? Are you not happily within my fold? What else do you need? Do not grieve or be disturbed by anything." And the rest of that message is that the uncle is healed, everything's fine, and that she really needs him to stay the course and do what she's asked him to do. And I feel like that's a powerful message for all of us right now of, yes, we have our feelings. Yes, we have our concerns, but we need to keep our heart and our mind focused on the divine, focused on the universe, which is benevolent, focused on Mother Mary. Now, one of the things I'm just going to share with you is I had originally promised that I was going to do the money miracle meditation, and I was going to record that for you as the fourth part of our series that I was doing this month. But because of the events that are happening, I decided that I needed to pivot, and Mother Mary asked me to share some insights for you. So I'm going to share some insights about the energy of Corona, the symbolism of it, what I have seen, just to offer you some different ways of looking at things. Now, please understand that I am in no way denying that there are people who are suffering and who have gotten sick and all that. I'm not denying that at all. I'm just saying maybe there's also a message that's going along with what's happening that if we look close enough, we could benefit from. That's all. I'm just offering this to you as a different perspective. This particular podcast is going to be coming out on the feast day of the Annunciation, which is a very powerful time to connect with Archangel Gabriel. It's the anniversary of when Archangel Gabriel appeared to Mother Mary and invited her. Mother Mary says, instead of calling it the Annunciation, she prefers that we call it the invitation, because it wasn't just an announcement. It was really her invitation, and she could say yes or she could say no. And thank goodness for all of us, Mother Mary said yes. But Archangel Gabriel is the messenger who comes to tell us that times are a-changin', and to tell us that what has been before may no longer be, because things are going to be going through a radical transformation. But he also comes with the energy and the strength to help us deal with that change. And that's the beautiful energy of Archangel Gabriel. He comes with a message, but he also comes with the strength to help us handle the message, to help us navigate the message, whatever that might be. And he definitely offered that to Mother Mary when he offered her that opportunity to be a channel for the greatest light that we've seen on the planet, the energy of the Christ light, walking around and blessing all of us the way that it happened way back when. And I believe that Mother Mary is still ushering in that Christ light within each and every one of us, and that she's here with us right now. So as I've been communing with her this week and I've been asking her, Mother Mary, what is happening? She asked me to share a couple of stories with you and to remind you of some things about the nature of miracles. So first of all, I will let you know that the word corona means crown. The word means crown. And so when I hear of the word crown, I think of the crown chakra at the very top of the head. And when I work with my own clients, we're working with the 7 energy centers. One of the things I tell them is like, well, your crown chakra is your connection to the universe. It's the energy of oneness. It's that which connects us to everything in creation. Now, one of the things I've noticed about these last few weeks is this amazing energy of oneness that we've suddenly become aware of. Whereas before now, we've been kind of holding on to our old ideas that those people over there and these people over here are different than us people over here or those people over there. And Mother Mary's shaking her head and saying, no, this is a message of oneness. We're starting to see that, yes, we might live in different countries, but we're all in this together. And we need to be able to pull together and to let go of our differences of opinion to be able to birth this new energy that is happening. So that's the first thing I wanted to share with you. The second thing is that, again, that word corona meaning crown, another word for it is also halo, the energy of a halo. And of course, if you go to a museum, you see an image of a painting of a saint, and they have that halo around their head, that light, circle of light around them. Well, I'll share with you that a few weeks ago, my wife and I were out for a walk, and she happened to look up and she noticed there was a beautiful rainbow around the sun. Like not right around the sun, but like way around the sun. And I was like, oh, that's a symbol of Divine Mother. And then the following week, I was out in the evening and I came back, and I love to look at the moon. So I looked up at the moon, and it wasn't a full moon at all. I think it might have been like a quarter or half, something like that. And again, here was the moon, and there was this huge white halo around the moon. And we came in and we said, what's with the energy of the halo around the sun and the moon? And we looked it up and we found out that it's called a corona. Isn't that interesting? So Divine Mother was already giving all of us a bit of a heads up. And I know if you're like me, if you're a highly sensitive person, you've been feeling a little bit of this energy in January and in February. Like, what is it that you've been feeling? You haven't exactly been sure. And now we're feeling this energy full on of this shift that's happening. So we are looking at this beautiful message about oneness. And I cannot tell you how many people I've heard over this last week say to me, you know, I've been praying to have more free time. I've been praying for a way that I could move my business from in-person to online. I've been praying for a way to have a little downtime and, connect with my kids more. And I didn't know how to do that. Now, I'm not saying that your prayers are causing what's going on. I don't mean that at all. But isn't it interesting that in one fell swoop, so many prayers have been answered? Now, I know that there's a lot of fear about what's going to be happening and the fear of the unknown. But what if, as my coach, Fayden says, what if this is happening for you and not to you? What about that? What if it's happening for you and not to you? That's another miracle message for you right there. The other thing Mother Mary wanted me to share with you is to remind you, when I have guests and I interview them, I always like to ask them, what's your definition of a miracle? And everybody has their own definition in there. Again, no right or wrong. But Mother Mary wanted me to remind each and every one of us that miracles can be messy. We kind of think like, oh, it's a miracle and doves are going to come from the sky and everything's going to be amazing. But if you think about the miracle of birth, it's one of the things that when someone witnesses a birth, what do they say? They say, oh my God, that was miraculous. And it alters them and takes their breath away, and they're changed by it, by witnessing that miracle. It completely alters your way of being. And it's kind of messy, right? It's kind of messy. We think about some of the things that have happened in history that have been miraculous. Even if we think in the Christian tradition, Good Friday is an important piece of the miracle of Easter Sunday. You don't have Easter Sunday without Good Friday. And guess what? It was messy and it was painful. And for people that did not have eyes to see, which was pretty much everybody, they didn't understand it. And they were afraid, and they hid out on Saturday and they banded together. And that's why it's so important for people to be banding together. One of the things that Mother Mary's asked me to do is to create the Magnify Your Miracles community, the Magnify Your Miracles membership, which I'm going to be talking about more in the next couple of weeks or so as a way for everybody to stay connected and inspired and uplifted. So important at this time. People to gather together between the Good Friday energy and the Easter Sunday so we can support each other and keep our energy and our vibration high. And then we have the energy of the Easter Sunday, where at first nobody even knew what was going on. They're like, who is this person in the garden? And it takes a while before Mary Magdalene even recognizes, because her eyes are not yet accustomed to the new vibration. She's not yet used to seeing the new form. And that can be happening for some of us right now. We're not used to seeing it. When miracles come, often they're disruptive. They change our brain because our brain is thinking things happen this way. And the universe says, things can happen many ways. And it shatters that belief that nothing else is possible. No, what do you mean it's only this way? No, it shatters that belief like that. I'm reminded, speaking of the word corona, that the beautiful apparition of Fatima, Our Lady of Fatima, which interestingly enough, isn't this interesting? The Fatima apparition happened in 1917, just at the end of World War I, 1917. It happened in Portugal. And right after that time period, we had that epidemic, that flu epidemic, that a lot of people died from that epidemic. And isn't it interesting that the symbolism that Mother Mary showed to everybody was the miracle of the sun? The miracle of the sun spinning. People saw a light around the sun, and some people saw the sun moving in a way that they'd never seen it before. Well, again, those who had eyes to see were enthralled and were like, wow, and were so amazed and open-hearted and grateful. And the people that were just the curiosity seekers that weren't rooted in their faith ran screaming because they didn't understand that this is happening for you, not to you. This is the divine telling you, I have your back. You asked for a sign? Here's your sign. I got you. I got you. Now, Paramahansa Yogananda said that when people get into certain negative states of mind, like around a wartime energy, energetically, we can become more susceptible to these bugs and these flu things that can happen. They're around. We all know that germs and things are around. Why do we become more susceptible? Because it feeds off of that negativity. Now, obviously, I'm talking about this specifically on a metaphysical level. I'm not talking about on a biological level, like obviously wash your hands, all of that. I'm not talking about stopping doing those things. But I am saying, what if on an energetic level, you practiced energetic hygiene? What if we did that? What if we stopped arguing? What if we stopped watching or obsessing about the news, and we just, we got a highlight as we needed it, but the rest of the time, we kept our energy in a good place, in a place of calmness. That will build up your energetic immunity, as well as prayer, as well as positivity, laughing, all of these things, in addition to all the physical things you can do as well, builds up your energetic immunity and keeps you as a light worker in a good vibration. So practice those things. Make sure you're practicing prayer. Make sure you're practicing gratitude. Make sure that you're looking for, how is this blessing me? How is this opportunity right now blessing me? The energy of miracles, when they come in our lives, sometimes they can turn your life upside down. It's what it did for me when Mother Mary came to me in 2012. And I was so grateful. At the same time, I didn't really know, like, how do I live with my world turned upside down? Right now, the world feels a little bit upside down. But the good news is, maybe it's been upside down the whole time, and perhaps it's right side up. Maybe this is actually the perspective that we need to have, that we're all in this together, and that it doesn't matter what our different opinions are. At the end of the day, we're all just one big family. We're all just one big family, and this is happening for us. I have been hearing for so long people saying that they can't imagine things being different. They can't imagine, how are we going to solve the climate change crisis? They can't imagine how we're going to ever live in a different way than we're living. And so Divine Mother, maybe, it's a hypothesis, maybe Divine Mother is saying, I'll show you how. I'll show you how simple it is. I'll show you how easy it is. Just to open your mind, just to open your heart to the possibility that things can be different. And not just different, maybe even miraculous. So my friend, how is this time happening for you? How is it an act of love from the divine? I'm going to let you meditate on that. Again, we know that there's things going on in the world, but again, how can it be a blessing? How is it happening? That energy, bringing our awareness to our crown chakra, that energy of oneness, that energy of feeling our connection with the divine. A lot more prayers are going up in the last week or so, I can tell you that right now, which is a beautiful thing. And it has the potential to change everything in the most positive way if we hold it that way. Ah, my miraculous friend, thank you for spending this time with me. And as always, please remember that the key to being able to magnify your miracles is remembering that your miracle's already here. God bless you. Bye-bye.